Yo, 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 what's good, people? It's your boy Hard8, the truth for YouTube. Your favorite commentator's favorite commentator, yeah. What's up, people? What's happening? What's going on? What's up, man? Y'all good? Oh, man, we got some things to talk about, man. Red Dead Redemption 2 is out here exposing these weak-ass graphics cards, man. They are exposing us. Damn, Rockstar, you had to do it to us, huh? Hey, this is what we wanted, though, right? This is exactly what the fuck we wanted. So I gotta talk, man. We gotta talk. Is Red Dead Redemption 2 on PC really unoptimized? Is it really unoptimized? I don't think so. I do not think it's unoptimized. I think the game is optimized. I think it runs great. You know, people are just taken aback by, like, I just don't get it. I just don't get what the fuck. Like, why are people confused on why they can't hit the graphic level that they want to hit with a game like this? You know what I mean? Like, this game is arguably one of the best looking games of the generation. You know what I mean? You can argue that. I don't really think you got much of an argument, but you definitely can argue it if you want to. But it's one of the best looking games of the generation. Open world. Why the fuck are people surprised at how much fucking graphical power it takes to reach 4K, 60 frames per second? We're not talking about 4K upscale, checkerboarding, or none of that bullshit. We talking about native 4K, 60 frames per second. Have y'all forgotten how demanding that is on a game that looks like this? Have y'all fucking forgot? Like, is y'all, I don't understand. Is people brains, like, did it just turn to mush? Like, do y'all not understand how much graphical power is required for a game to look like this, to run at 4K 60 with this type of detail on ultra settings? Have y'all forgot? Have your brain turned to fucking spaghetti or some shit? You got dudes with weak-ass, old-ass 1070s crying. Did you really think that old weak-ass card was going to be able to handle a graphical fucking powerhouse like Red Dead Redemption 2? Really, nigga? What the fuck? Yo, this shit is unbelievable, man. But we gonna talk, man, because we got to break down some things and hopefully people can understand just how demanding this game is. Like, the minute that people graphics card struggles with a game, they automatically say unoptimized. Like, can games not be demanding anymore? Why can't the game just be demanding? Why does it have to be unoptimized? No, this is a demanding game. And I'm going to break down why it's so demanding. And people should already know why it's so demanding. You know what I mean? But it's like, I don't look at a game like this. A game that looks as good as Red Dead Redemption 2, I don't see it as being unoptimized. To me, this is the definition of like an unoptimized game, right? Borderlands 3. You can't even run Borderlands 3 at max settings 4K with a 2080 Ti. You see how that game looks? That is what you call unoptimized. There is no reason why a 2080 Ti should be struggling with max settings at 4K with Borderlands 3. That is an unoptimized game because it doesn't look good enough to warrant the fucking struggle it's putting on your graphics card. The same thing for the Outer Worlds. Another game that does not look that good at all, but yet a 2080 Ti cannot hold 60 frames per second at 4K max settings on that game. That's the type of games that are unoptimized. You know what I mean? When they don't look that good, but yet your graphics card is struggling. That's what you call an unoptimized game. A game like Red Dead Redemption 2, the way this fucking game looks at max settings 4K, to even be getting 40 fucking frames is with a 2080 Ti is crazy. Like, make no mistake about it. The 2080 Ti is powerful as fuck. And to be able to pull 40 frames out of the fucking shit you getting out of this game is insane. Like, it is. It's insane. But you know, people are crying. People got these weak ass graphics cards and they crying. This is why there is different tier graphics cards. There's a reason. You know what I mean? There's a fucking reason why they have different tier graphics card. There's a reason why one graphics card is more powerful than the other. One graphics card is different than the other. One graphics card is a different price than the other. There's a reason for that. Like, to me, it's like people want 2080 Ti performance out of a fucking 1070. Like, nigga, that graphics card is like how much right now? Like $250? Like, what the fuck? Like, come on, man. Come on. Let's be realistic here. Let's be realistic. You dig? Shout outs to the chat. What's good, people? What's happening? What up, man? Welcome, welcome. You got people, I see people talking about in the comment section, oh, this is only 10 frames more than my Xbox One X. My nigga, you can only, at this point in time, today, at the making of this fucking live stream, you can only dream that your fucking console could look the way that, you can only dream that Red Dead Redemption 2 can look how it look on PC at max settings ultra on a fucking console. You can only dream of that. You can only fucking dream of it. It's not in the same ballpark. In fact, if Red Dead on PC was running at the console spec, it would probably be at like 4K 120. It would fucking blow 60 frames. That little 30 frames that's on consoles, it would fucking eat that up for fucking breakfast. 60 would be a fucking breeze. You dig? In fact, you can't even match the settings on PC to the fucking console. Why is that? Because the PC got settings that's not even available on the console. You would have to remove some of the settings that you can tamper with to even match a fucking console. It's not even fucking possible because of some of these settings that they have added to the PC that's not available on the console. Like, it's like, again, is people brains working right when you say shit like, oh, I can get an Xbox One X and play at 4K 30. Oh, you got a $1,200 graphics card and you're only getting 10 more frames. Like, dog, it's not even on the same level. There's visual fucking graphics in this game that's not even shown on a fucking console. It's not even there. Like, I just don't understand why people don't like use their fucking brain. It's not the same. I know, you know, console fanboys and shit like that, they want to make themselves feel better or whatever. So they'll lie to themselves. We already know how this internet shit go. Motherfuckers will lie to themselves to feel good. You know what I'm saying? But let me break down some of these settings, man. Because I don't think y'all understand. I don't think y'all fucking get what's going on in this game, man. Remember, though, you got to understand, this is one of the best looking games of the generation. You can argue if it's the best overall, like number one. You may argue that because what else they got? What looks just as good? I don't even, you know what? I don't even think you can argue that shit for real when it comes to PC. Like, I don't think you can argue. I don't really think it's up for debate. This game is on a whole nother level graphically, the attention to detail and everything that's going on in this game. Let me break down these fucking settings though, because y'all need to understand why this game is so demanding. Like I said, to me, an unoptimized game is a game that doesn't look that good, but it sucks up a lot of your graphics card. Pause. That's to me what it, like I said, I gave you an example. I seen people benchmarks with Borderlands 3 with a 2080 Ti. It wasn't hitting 4K 60 max settings. And I'm like, this game doesn't even look that good. Same thing with Outer Worlds. Those are examples of unoptimized games. But when you have a game that look like this, come on, man. It's not going to be an easy task. Like, people really forget how much power it takes to reach native 4K 60 frames per second. And that goes with everything else that's going on in the world of the game. All the high resolution textures and all of the fucking increased quality of shadows and the shadow distance and all that. But hold on, let's get to these settings, man, because I don't think people really understand what the fuck is going on in this goddamn game, dog. Like, it's fucking crazy. Hold on, let me back up. Where did this first joint at? All right, whatever. Back. All right, that's the top. You dig? So these are all the settings that you can tamper with, right? You got shadow quality. Yeah, y'all already know shadows are very demanding, especially when they're dynamic shadows. Shadows can be very demanding, and they always use up a lot of resources when it comes to your graphics card. Usually, when you got a game and you tampering with the settings and you're trying to get more FPS, shadows is usually the first thing that you turn down because shadows are demanding as fuck. Like, that's just what it is. They're just demanding. If you got PC, you already know. So you got shadow quality, then you have far shadow quality. Now I know for a fact that setting is demanding. Far shadow quality is very demanding. You know what I mean? I already know that's demanding. Far shadows is like shit that you see in the distance. Like a lot of times when you like on a console and you're on an open world game and you looking at things in the distance, it won't have no shadows because that shit is really demanding. So when it comes to like draw distance and you seeing everything in the background, like trees and grass and all that shit in the background, when you put shadows on all that shit becomes demanding as fuck. Now, if you care to have it or whatever, like you don't pay attention to things like that, that's cool. You can turn that shit down. Maybe it'll make the game run better. I mean, I know for a fact it'll make the game run better. So you can just turn that shit down. But if you want to see all the bells and whistles, you turning everything up. Shadows in the background and the far distance, that shit is demanding. Then you got screen space ambient occlusion, which can be pretty demanding. You got reflection quality, mirror quality, water quality, volumetric quality, particle quality, tessellation quality, and you got 3 different anti-aliasing solutions: TXX, FXAA, and MSAA. You dig? So you're dealing with a lot right there. What else you got? You got near volumetric resolution. This is some old new shit right here. This would be like the like near and far. You got near volumetric resolution and far volumetric resolution. And volumetric is another thing that takes up a lot of resources. Like even in a game like Resident Evil 2, that shit takes up a lot of fucking resources. Now you can control the resolution of it far and near. Yo, this is some demanding shit. This is some next level demanding shit, dog. And you got to remember, this is for the best looking game this generation, in my opinion. You can argue if you want to. Volumetric lighting quality. You got unlocked volumetric ray march resolution. I don't even know what the fuck that is. You know what I mean? I don't even know what that is or what it does. I'm definitely gonna have to wait for a breakdown video to explain that, or have to go Google that shit. You got particle lighting quality, soft shadows, grass shadows, long shadows. Now, long shadows, I know for a fact that that's demanding this shit because long shadows was demanding in GTA 5. In fact, most people cut off long shadows when it came to fucking GTA 5. I know long shadows are very demanding. If you think regular shadows is demanding, long shadows are very demanding. Then you got grass shadows demanding. Each fucking blade, like each blade of fucking grass casting a shadow, at least when you turn it up to the ultra settings, right? Each blade of grass casting a shadow, very, very demanding shit. This is demanding shit, yo. And soft shadows can be pretty demanding. Then you got full resolution screen space ambient occlusion, water refraction quality, water reflection quality, and water physics quality. Goddamn. Like that's a lot, and water is demanding too. Water can be very demanding, especially when you're near it and shit like that. Because I know in GTA 5 and 4, water was one of the first things that you would turn down. Well, I know definitely in 4 that you would turn down to get more FPS. 5 is cool now, like the 1080, the 2080, the 2080 Ti, all of those cars, they destroyed GTA 5. But it wasn't like that when GTA 5 first came out. Remember, GTA 5 first came out, that shit was demanding as fuck. when it first came to PC in 2015. That shit was demanding like a motherfucker. You dig? So don't forget. I mean, now the graphics cards, they way more powerful. You destroy fucking GTA 5. But back then, man, that shit was crazy. Then you got, what else you got? You got TAA sharpening, motion blur. None of that shit really matters. Reflection MSAA, that can be demanding. That's how smooth a reflection look. Like you already got the reflection quality, then you got to get the AA for the reflection. Get rid of the jaggies on their fucking reflection, which can be demanding. And they had this setting on GTA 5 that most people just cut off. Then you got geometric level of detail. So, you know, I got that. Of course, I'm turning that all the way up. Then you got the grass level of detail. Turn that all the way up. Tree quality, parallax occlusion mapping quality, decal quality, and fur quality. You turn all of this shit up to the motherfucking max, it's going to bring your fucking graphics card to its fucking knees. It just is what it is. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, damn, $1,200 for a fucking a graphics card and it can't even do 4K 60. First of all, the price doesn't fucking matter, right? We all know that the 2080 Ti is overpriced. There's no fucking way in the world that shit should be $1,200, $1,400, depending on which joint you get. It could be all the way up to fucking $1,600, $1,900 if you get the fucking what is it? The Kingpin, EVGA Kingpin. I think the EVGA Kingpin like $1,600. The Galax Hall of Fame edition is like $1,900. And then, you know, the rest of them is, you know, the $1,250. And you can get some cheap ones that's like $9.99 or some shit like that. But anyway, we all know that the fucking 2080 Ti is overpriced and it's a goddamn ripoff. Like, we already know this. This is not a mystery. We ain't got to call Scooby-Doo in them. We already know what the fuck is going on with the price of this card. This card should not be $1,200, $1,200, $1,250 or whatever. It shouldn't be that much. We already know NVIDIA ripping us the fuck off. Sad. When you know you being a fucking abused and you just take it. But anyway, so the price doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much it costs because we know it's overpriced. That's a fact. We know it's overpriced. And yes, I'm in agreement with everybody when they say, yes, you are exactly right. I feel like if I'm paying $1,200 for a graphics card, I better not have no motherfucking problems. But even if you got the Titan, the RTX Titan, which is $2,500, it's still not going to max out Red Dead Redemption 2 at 4K. And that shit got 24 gigabytes of VRAM and all that fly shit. This is a very demanding game. It's like anytime a game like challenges your graphics card, people just want to automatically say it's unoptimized. Whatever happened to a game just being demanding? Like, yo, it's a demanding game. You know what I mean? Your graphics card, certain games that look like this, and then they got all of these different settings, all this fucking attention to detail that's going on. It's a big open world. It's beautiful. You dig what I'm saying? All of these graphical settings are going to be hard on your PC. And then if you've been in PC long enough, you already know what ultra setting does. Ultra settings, most of the time, ultra settings, the difference between high and ultra is really the only difference is the frames per second in a lot of situations. You know what I mean? If you've been around on PC gaming long enough or you've been watching benchmark videos and things like that, you know usually the difference between ultra and high is frames per second. Not even really a visual difference. Damn sure ain't a big enough visual difference to justify how much more power ultra needs over high settings. You dig what I'm saying? So that's another thing that y'all got to understand. Ultra settings, I know for me, you know, it's just me, right? I know a lot of times, you know, I'm OCD when it comes to that ultra setting high shit. I don't really like seeing, if there's a top setting, that's usually where I want my shit to sit, all right? If there's ultra, I want my shit to be ultra. You know what I mean? Is that being smart? Is that playing smart? No, that is not playing smart. No, maybe that's why I am the way I am when it comes to fucking PC gaming, and I'm always chasing the next, the next best thing or the best thing or whatever like that. You know what I mean? I ain't never say I was smart with this shit now, all right? But I like to see ultra. I want to see ultra. You know what I mean? But usually there's no difference between high and ultra. I'm just a little OCD when it comes to it. I can watch a video and I can see them showing the difference between high and ultra, and I'm still like, nah. I done seen benchmark videos where it's like the difference between high and ultra, as you can see, there's no visual difference. The only difference is like 8 frames per second. You know what I mean? I could see that and still be like, yeah, I'm going to put it on ultra. You know what I'm saying? And you know, that's just me and my fucking retardedness. But the difference between high and ultra is usually just frames per second. You know what I mean? You don't really have to have it at ultra. You can turn some of this shit down and get 60 frames per second. You know what I mean? That's another thing I see, like a lot of console dudes today talking about so much for them 60 frames. You know, motherfuckers can still get 60 frames, right? And you know people can turn down some settings, get 60 frames, and it would still look much better than what the consoles had to offer. You know what I mean? Like, do people not understand that? Even if the game looked exactly like consoles, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, it looked exactly like the Xbox One X. Because I know, I played Red Dead 2 on the PS4, and that shit was a blurry fucking mess. But that was after I played it on the X. But going from the X to the PS4, it was terrible. But even if we did match the settings of the consoles, the game is still going to run at 60 frames per second locked, depending on your graphics card. In my case, a 2080 Ti. So even if it was matching the consoles, we still are getting 60 frames on PC. That's a really big fucking deal. Or maybe even more. Matter of fact, if you match the frames on the consoles, shit, we talking probably 120. Probably 120. So, and that's double, like, come on, that's double the 60, and we're not even going to talk about the 30 that console gamers are dealing with. So even if it was matching the settings on fucking consoles, them frames per second is still a game changer. That's still the difference of night and fucking day. You dig what I'm saying? So I don't really know. I see a lot of console dudes running around like they bragging like they got one up or some shit like that. Like, I don't really, like, you know that this shit is not even on the same level, dog. Like, this is a whole nother fucking level. It ain't nothing to get what the consoles can do. And you can try, but some of these settings you can't turn off that is not available on the fucking consoles, man. Games can be demanding, people. Every game doesn't have to be considered unoptimized. I really, truly don't believe that Red Dead Redemption 2 is unoptimized. I'm really looking at the settings. I'm looking at the quality of the game. I'm looking at the quality of the visuals. And I know better. You dig? Like, I know better. I know that 4K, trying to maintain 4K native at max settings with 60 frames per second, trying to reach that or even reaching that level, I know that that's not light. That takes a lot of fucking power. I even seen comments and like, yeah, I guess we ain't gonna see 4K 60 until the PS5 and the Scarlet. Like, again, are you, some of y'all mentally retarded? Like, do you realize I can guarantee you right now, and I'll place any bet for any amount of money, I can guarantee you right now that next consoles ain't gonna come close to a 2080 Ti in power. And on top of that, what graphics card you think is gonna be out by the time them consoles even drop? The 3080 Ti? Most likely, because that's already rumored to be coming out like the beginning of 2020, so the first quarter of 2020. So by the time the consoles come out, the 3080 Ti is going to already be out, and the 3080 is going to already be out, and there's probably, by then, there's already going to be rumors of the next 4080 and the 4080 Ti and shit like that, because NVIDIA got the patent for the 3000, the 4 and 5000 series. So by the time the consoles even come out, there's already going to be rumors of the next graphics card. And I can guarantee you no console is going to even come close to a fucking 2080 Ti, not even a 2080. Like, it's just not going to happen. You dig? So stop it. Stop it. Games are demanding, and this is a game that's showing us that, hey, hey, man, the graphics card is powerful, but it ain't this powerful. It takes a lot to render everything going on in an open world game, especially when you got shit all the way in the background. Like when you see mountains and all of that shit all the way in the background, and it has detail, and you can see shadows and shit on the mountain that's way off in the distance, 2,000 fucking meters away or some shit like that. That shit takes a lot of graphical power. And if you think at 4K max setting 60 that a single graphics card is going to be able to do that on a game that looks as visually as good as Red Dead Redemption 2, you're delusional. You're delusional. I'm not surprised at all that the 2080 Ti can't handle this game at max settings. I'm really not, because I see what type of game this is. I see the attention to detail. I see the graphical settings. I see the graphical quality. I know 4K. I know native 4K takes a lot of fucking horsepower, and then to push the frames up to 60 on top of that, that's a lot of horsepower. So the fact that a 2080 Ti is even getting 40 frames out of this shit at these type of graphical settings at ultra is a huge accomplishment. It really is. It's a huge accomplishment, and we know by the time the next card come out, the 3080 Ti should be pushing this game to 60. Should be locking this game down at 60 at these same settings. You know, we'll see. We'll see. It depends on how far NVIDIA pushed the engineers. We just gotta hope they not charging us motherfucking $2,000 for the next 3080 Ti or some shit like that. Because we're seeing what they did with the Titan. That bitch went from fucking $1,000. You remember the Titan? Y'all remember once upon a time when the Titan was only $999? Remember that? When the Titan was only $1,000. Now the Titan is $2,500. That's crazy. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. But, you know, they don't have no competition. So, I mean, this is what we stuck with. Hopefully AMD can fight back one day and then offer some cheap prices, and then we'd be good. You know what I mean? Like they did with the, what was it, the 290X? Or was it the 79? No, it was the 290X. Remember when that 290X came out and it was more powerful, or it was like, in some games it was more powerful, or it matched the power of the 780, and they were only charging like fucking $500 for it. They forced NVIDIA to bring the price down on that motherfucking 780, which was like $650 at the time. So, yeah, man, need that competition if we want to see some competitive low prices. Until then, we is all fucked. We fucked balls. But yeah, I don't think this game is unoptimized. I just think it's a demanding game. Like, have we forgot that games can be demanding? This is a demanding game, yo. It's a lot going on. It's open world. I mean, it's the best, in my opinion, the best looking game of the generation. And people wonder why I can't push 4K at 60 ultra fucking settings. Like, people don't know better. You know what I mean? I just think, like, some people just want to talk, or some people just want to complain. And it's like, I don't know, it's like catering. I feel like some people I be seeing complaining about this shit. Like, it's like, yo, you've been on PC gaming long enough. You know better. You know what I mean? Like, stop trying to cater to these fucking console dudes, giving them a reason to be able to run their fucking mouth. Like, you fucking know better, dog. This game is demanding as fuck. You know better. You know what I'm saying? So, like, stop trying to act like you fucking shocked and appalled that your little measly ass 1070 or some shit can't fucking run this game at some high ass frame rates, 1440p, max ultra settings, 60 frames. Like, come on, man. It's a demanding game. That's just the bottom line. Like, y'all feel where I'm coming from? Like, am I tripping? Like I said, I don't look at a game that's this graphical and be like, it's unoptimized. That's like looking at Crysis 3, like, yo, man, back when it came out. I think what I had when Crysis 3 came out, I think I had a 680 when Crysis 3 came out. I wasn't even on 4K. You know what I'm saying? But I never looked at Crysis 3 like, yo, man, what the fuck? This shit unoptimized, man. I can't max this shit out. This shit is unoptimized. Like, no, do you see the way this game looks? Like, no, this game is fucking demanding. That's just what it is. And ain't this what we want? We want them to push the graphics and push all of these, you know, different settings, and you want all these special dynamic shadows and lighting, and you want all this fly shit, and then when they add it into the game, you want to start complaining. It's unoptimized. Just because your graphics card can't handle it doesn't automatically mean it's unoptimized. It could just be demanding. And I think Red Dead Redemption 2 is one of them games that are just demanding. It is what it is. It's a demanding fucking game. I gave you an example of what an unoptimized game is. I think Borderlands 3 was an unoptimized game. I remember looking at, I think I was looking at BG benchmark video, and he had a 2080 Ti, and he wasn't even getting 60 frames locked, max settings on Borderlands 3. That game doesn't even look that good. To me, that's unoptimized. You know what I mean? I was looking at benchmarks for Outer World, another game that does not look that good. And a 2080 Ti was not maxing that shit out at 4K 60. That's unoptimized to me. If the game doesn't look that good, but yet it's stressing your graphics card, then that is an unoptimized game. But if you got the best looking game on PC and you maxing out all the fucking settings and your card can't handle it, well, that's because the game is demanding. I mean, look at it. Can you really look at Red Dead Redemption 2 and be like, yo, I don't understand why this game needs so much power? Can you really look at that and believe that with a fucking straight face? Can you really look at Red Dead Redemption 2 on PC and sit there and be baffled by why your card can't max it out at 4K 60? Can you really look at that game and not understand what the fuck is going on? Now, as far as the other problems people may be having, like the launcher crashing and the game not starting up and all that shit, because I had that problem, you know what I'm saying, at first. It was only, so when Red Dead first went live, I started the game up and it crashed to the dashboard. I mean, to the, to the desktop. It was like, this game has stopped working. I was like, oh my God, here we go. If I wasn't suspended on fucking Twitter, I'd have been already ranting. I was like, oh, here we go with this PC bullshit. Here we go. So then, I closed it out and then I started it over again and it crashed directly to the desktop. And I just started laughing. I just was like, yo, this is funny. I literally started laughing. Like, this is funny. So then it gave me an option if you want to start it in safe mode. So I started it in safe mode and it hasn't crashed since. So I don't know what, and since then I've started it up regularly without safe mode and it's working fine. But at first, the first like 5 minutes, it just kept going to the desktop. I did it twice. Did it the first time, it went to the desktop. Did it the second time, it went to the desktop. I started laughing, like uncontrollably laughing. And then I just launched it in safe mode, and then it's been good to go ever since. So, as far as that type of shit going on, people having a problem with the game not working, the launcher, and all that, that's a whole nother, that's different. You know what I'm saying? That's Rockstar not making sure that this shit was up and running. And then this is a new launcher and shit like that. So, this is the shit you got to deal with as far as when it's a new launcher. But ever since then, I've been good. I haven't had no crashes. Game works as advertised. You know what I mean? But it's just like I see a lot of people running around and people complaining about how it's unoptimized, and I'm like, I don't really think it's unoptimized. I just think it's a demanding game. I mean, look at it. Look at it. I even seen people like, yo, how is this possible? The Witcher 3. I'm like, The Witcher 3 doesn't even compare to this fucking game. The Witcher 3 doesn't even compare to Red Dead Redemption 2 when it comes to graphics. It's not even close. It's not even close. You know what I mean? And contrary to popular belief, The Witcher 3 is not even all that graphically delicious. Pause. The Witcher 3 is like, it's like they made, like, it's like certain times you like, oh, this looks good. But then certain times you like, what the fuck? It look like some last generation shit. Like, facts. Like, certain shit got a high polygon count and then certain shit got a low polygon count. Like, if you play The Witcher 3, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. And you just too much of a fanboy to admit that shit. But The Witcher 3 is not as impressive as motherfucker make it out to be. It definitely doesn't compare to Red Dead Redemption 2. Stop it. It does not fucking compare. Stop it. Stop it. Roach does not compare to your horse on Red Dead. But The Witcher looks cool, but then there's times where it's like, I remember I had recorded some video because I was going to make a video showing people like, this is the game y'all be talking about. It's so graphically great. Look at this shit. But I forgot what happened. I never made that video. I don't know why, but I should have did it. But I never made that video. But anyway, I don't even have the footage no more that I had when I was going to do that. But yeah, man, every like if y'all haven't noticed, every time a game comes out and people graphics card is not doing what they want it to do, they automatically say that the game is unoptimized. And it's not always the case. Yes, it does happen. Yes, there is games that are unoptimized. We ain't gonna sit here and act like there isn't. And y'all already know how I get down when it comes to this PC shit. I ain't gonna be the one up here lying to y'all about no PC shit. I was the first motherfucker in this motherfucking community that was coming out with the truth about motherfucking PC. Because when I first got on it, I was fed a lot of bullshit. I was told a lot of bullshit about PC gaming. And then when I got on it and experienced it for myself, I was like, hold up. These motherfuckers frauding. You know what I'm saying? This shit, I'm having problems. You know what I'm saying? Like something ain't right. Like it ain't what I was told. You know what I'm saying? So I was the first motherfucker in this community letting y'all know the truth about PC gaming. The videos are still up. You can still go see them. I've been telling y'all about shit that was going on for real. But at the end of the day, you know, it's a great. I haven't had no problems lately, man. I mean, as far as like Red Dead today, you know what I mean? And that was just something small, you know, a couple times it didn't work. And then I just launched in safe mode. But as far as like PC go, I haven't had no problem. I rarely ever have like a blue screen. I never have that shit. I might have a problem with like older games working. For instance, I had downloaded Batman Origins for Steam and it wouldn't work. But then when I downloaded it for Origin, it worked. So who knows? A lot of times it is user error. That's what a lot of people don't be telling y'all to. Like, you got dudes that, some dudes do be fraud and they jump on, they soon as they got a problem, they jump on. Some dudes, it'd be a lot of people having problems with their PC. I just be like, what the fuck are y'all doing with y'all PC? Like, blue screen, what are you doing? Like, a lot of the time, it's user error. A lot of the time, it is definitely user error. You just got to find out what that fucking error is. Shout outs to Broseph. He said, yo, I was so excited to come home and play it and can't get it to launch. Tried everything, still nothing. I need that 60 frames per second. That PS Pro was choppy. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with people. Like, did the launcher, hold on, what did he say? He said, can't get it to launch. Is the launcher working? You can't get the game to launch. What happens when you launch the game? And have you tried to launch it in safe mode? I don't know. I'm just like, this is how PC goes. Like, you know, it could be a group of people having a problem, and then it could be a group of people not. And I understand. And, you know, sometimes I feel like, you know, when you get on Twitter or something, you're like, yo, I got this problem. Can anybody help me? And people be like, I ain't got that problem. It's like, all right, you got a magical PC or whatever. Okay, cool. But I still got a problem. So I don't know. I know people. I know I've seen people having a problem with the launcher, but I'm like, was nobody not using the launcher before Red Dead came out today? Like, did you make sure it was up to date? Did you make sure other games was working on the launcher? Or you just, this your first? See, I've been using the Rockstar launcher. You know what I mean? I've been using it since it came out, right? So I was already familiar. I'm already familiar with the launcher. I already knew that my launcher works because I've been playing GTA 5. So I understand that my launcher already worked. So I knew I wasn't gonna have no problem with the launcher. But I see people like having a problem with the launcher. I'm like, is today the first day you finding out that the launcher is not working? Like, that's probably something people should have been up on when they first downloaded the launcher and made sure everything was good to go. You dig? So I don't know what the fuck going on. The launcher works. I tried everything and it says quit unexpectedly for me. I tried literally every single fix. Damn, I don't know. What could that be? I seen people saying that maybe you got to add it to your antivirus list. Like, it could be the antivirus you might be using or something. I seen some people said that worked for them. Like, once they added the game to the expectant list or some shit like that for the antivirus, it worked. So I don't know if that's the problem. I ain't got no problem with it though. Unlike Steam, Rockstar Launcher has to be online and your games only. Yeah, man. I mean, all these launchers is fucking gay, dog. I'm gonna be real with you. You know what I'm saying? And even if people wait for the Steam version, I still think that if you get it on Steam, it's still gonna launch through the Rockstar launcher because that's how GTA 5 is. I don't got GTA 5 on a Rockstar launcher. I got it on Steam. But yet, when I click on Steam, it still opens up the Rockstar launcher and launches it through that. So that shit is gay, man. Shout outs to OG Mac 06. What up? But you know they got GOG got that platform where it integrates all the launchers into one place. I'm not sure if it's out of beta, but you could sign up for the beta and they'll definitely let you in. I tried it, but I didn't like it, but I don't even know why I didn't like it. I don't know. I can't even give you no criticism for this shit. I just remember deleting it. Like, oh, I ain't dealing with that. But yeah, it's pretty good though. And as far as I can remember, like, yeah, it was cool. It had some cool features. You could have all your friends from each of the launcher all in one place. It put all the games in one place. So you ain't got to keep opening up all these different launchers. You can just do the GOG launcher and you're good to go. You know what I'm saying? You know, I might have to re-download that joint too, because that joint wasn't bad. I don't know why I deleted that shit. Tell us about the controls. The controls are, first of all, I never had a problem with the controls, right? Let's just be clear. I never had a problem with the controls. The controls is definitely a lot better. You know what I mean? Automatically, when you're playing at 60 frames, the controls are going to be better automatically. It just feels more responsive and all that shit. I also got a different TV. It's a lot of different shit going on. I'm now playing with G-Sync. You know, my TV got G-Sync. You know what I mean? I got auto low latency mode enabled and all that. I got a lot of shit going on that I didn't have going on with the Xbox One X when I played Red Dead Redemption when it came out. So I got a lot more shit going on this time around. So yes, it definitely feels a lot smoother and all of that. But I never had a problem with the controls. I understand that the controls flow with the movement of the game, the realisticness of the game. You know what I mean? The Red Dead and Rockstar, y'all know they pay a lot of attention to details. So the controls flow with the realisticness of the game. That's just how it is. People want the controls to be floaty, like Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider got floaty controllers. You can wiggle, you can move fucking Lara Croft in any direction at the drop of a hat. Like, there's no foot planting and none of that shit. It's just floating all over the place. Even when she jumps, she float through the air like Princess on fucking Super Mario 2. Like, it's just floaty controls. Like, yes, they are very responsive, but it's very unrealistic to the way a real human would move. And that's what Rockstar chose to implement with their controls. They chose to make it move like a human. Now, whether you find that fun, engaging, or whatever, that's your prerogative. Me, I had no problem with it because I understand what's going on. This is a more realistic game. Arthur moves in a realistic fashion. You can't just change directions on the drop of a dime. No, you got to stop, plant your feet. Your weight is going to lean into it, and then you can move into the opposite direction. Just not switch directions at the drop of a hat. That's not how we move in real life. If you running down a road and you want to stop and run back, you got to, slow down. First of all, you got to slow down, plant your feet, and then change directions. That's how the characters move on fucking Red Dead Redemption. They move like a real fucking person. Whereas if you playing Tomb Raider, you can be running full speed ahead one direction and then change directions in the drop of a dime and be running full speed ahead the opposite direction. That's not realistic. It's cool. It's not a problem. But that's just the type of controls that some people really like, and they don't want all this realistic shit in there. So, I get it. You know what I mean? I'm definitely waiting for a mod where when I want to pick up shit on Red Dead Redemption 2, I ain't got to pick up shit one at a time. So I'm definitely waiting for that mod. You know what I mean? I would probably even like if they came out with a mod where there's no fucking animation at all. I don't really... I like all that type of shit at times, sometimes, but sometimes I'm not in the mood for that type of shit. So, I get it, but I never had a problem with Red Dead Redemption controls. Like, I understand what's going on, just like with Max Payne 3 and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. So The controls are definitely better. You know what I'm saying? Definitely a lot better. Definitely a lot more responsive. I don't play with a mouse and keyboard, so I can't give you my opinion on that. But from what I have seen, as far as people that play on mouse and keyboard, they say it's much better than what it was on consoles for them. So yeah, it's definitely the controls are definitely better, definitely tighter, definitely more responsive and shit like that, smoother. But I think all that comes with all the shit I got running while I'm playing the game. You know what I mean? G-Sync. I got a way lower input lags, like fucking 6 milliseconds and shit like that. You know what I mean? Auto low latency mode. It's a lot going on. It's a lot helping out. But yeah, it's good. Red Dead Redemption 2 sound like Death Stranding. As far as what? You know what I'm saying? Red Dead Redemption 2 on PC flopped. What? I can guarantee you it's not gonna flop. And it's gonna sell even more next month when it comes out for Steam. You probably got a lot of people that don't want it on the Rockstar launcher, or they didn't want to buy it there. And we already know you got a lot of people that don't want to deal with the Epic Store. So, but when it comes out on Steam, a lot of people gonna be buying it, and it should be a lot of these problems that people got now should be ironed out by next month. At least the problems like can't get it to launch at all. You know what I mean? For the people that can't get it to launch at all. But yeah, exactly. Rockstar games don't flop. Like, I don't know what this guy talking about. Rockstar flop and Rockstar doesn't even go together, nigga. That's like oil and fucking water. That's like salt and sugar. Like, flop and Rockstar does not go together. That's night and day. It does not go together at all. Flop. You crazy? This company make billions in a matter of days. And even if it did flop, they can afford it. They can definitely afford it. Thanks for beta testing the Steam version. That's funny. Oh yeah, go check out my videos, man. I put up today. I put up a Need for Speed video. See what that's working with as far as performance. Also, I put up my my Red Dead performance video, and I put up a troll video fucking with the console gamers and shit. It's so funny to fucking read the comment section and people be like, people really be fucking butt hurting, pussy hurting over that shit. Like, if you don't get what that video was just by the way I sounded, like, goddamn, what the fuck? Can I fucking spell it out for you even more? And also, if you know who I am, you already know I played and beat it on the consoles. So I was a fucking beta tester too. Yo, that's really too funny. Like, people still, but that tells you that's a successful troll video. If you got people in their feelings and they don't even realize that you are not serious. Like, motherfucker, I was right there on day one when this game came out, yo. I went to GameStop. Matter of fact, I think I went to the midnight release of Red Dead Redemption 2 to get that shit on fucking consoles. I had a physical copy. I think it was the special edition at that. Like, I played this game on consoles just like everybody else, man. People just be like, yo, that shit be funny as hell. Shit funny. Somebody was in the comment section like, cause I said about 60 frames. They was like, 60 frames, you're lying, and this game can't do 60 frames. It's like, do y'all not understand that we can tweak the settings to get it to be 60 frames? Like, there's things we can do. As far as my video go, I'm just showing you the highest end of the performance and how demanding it is. That's what I'm showing you. I'm showing you all the ultra settings. When I actually sit down to play the game and go through the story, I'm going to turn some of those settings down. You know what I mean? I'm going to be real with you. First of all, I refuse to play in any other resolution but 4K, right? Because the Xbox One was native 4K. So I played 4K on the console. Yeah, it was 4K 30, and a lot of settings were missing, and a lot of shit was missing. Granted, no doubt. But I'll be damned if I'm going to play 4K on consoles and then get on PC and play that same game at a different resolution. It ain't happening. Again, that's when the OCD start kicking in. I ain't doing it. I ain't the fuck doing it. So I will drop some settings. But I'm staying at 4K. That bitch is going to stay at 4K, and I'll just make adjustments to get it to 60. But that bitch is staying at 4K. I'm not going down to 1440p. You dig? No, it's just not happening. I don't see it happening. Now, again, 1440p with max settings is still going to look better than the Xbox One X version. I did run a benchmark at 1440p max settings, and it said that it was averaging 70 frames per second at 1440p max settings. The same settings I got on my performance video, just changed the resolution down to 1440. It was averaging 70 frames per second. So I don't feel me going down to that. Nah, I need that crispiness. But then you can go down to that. NVIDIA got this new sharpening filter and shit like that you can add that will make it a little bit more crispier and shit like that. So yeah, man. Need for Speed Heat does have HDR on the PC version. I'm quite sure it got HDR on the console version too, though. Yes, Need for Speed Heat has HDR. In fact, on PC, I don't know if they're gonna fix this because it's not really working right. I mean, it works sometimes and then sometimes it doesn't. But Need for Speed Heat on PC has Dolby Vision. It has Dolby Vision and HDR. So they probably will fix that though, because the Dolby Vision is kind of like, sometimes when I start the game, it'd be a black screen when it's Dolby Vision, but then when I turn it off, it starts up. So they got to bring a patch for that. This is the same problem they had with Anthem with the Dolby Vision. Also, fucking Plants vs. Zombies, Neighborhoodville, or whatever shit called, that also got Dolby Vision on PC. So, yeah. Jedi: The Fallen Order and Need for Speed Heat on Origin. Yes. Jedi: The Fallen Order. Yep, I got Origin Premiere, so I definitely will be on that Star Wars, man. I'm hoping that game is not as demanding as fucking Red Dead, because that game is a little bit more linear. Looks good though. But I hope 4K 60 max settings, ultra, whatever is obtainable. That's all I need, man. 1440 is the sweet spot for frames and detail and no jaggies. I don't have a problem with 1440. You know what I mean? I play at 1440 when when I had my 2080. Of course, I was at 1440 a lot, but with a 2080 Ti, dog, I'm not doing no fucking 1440, man. Just not happening. Well, no, but yeah. Well, since I got G-Sync, I've really been off the 1440. Like, I was doing 1440 120 when I was playing like Gears 5 and all that shit. But yeah, now that I got G-Sync, it's 4K, man. 4K all day. Yeah, Need for Speed Heat got HDR on consoles. I'm quite sure. I knew it did. I wouldn't doubt it. If Red Dead 2 comes to the PS5, do you think it can do 4K 60? At the graphical settings that it has now? No. Hell no. If it's 4K 60, if it's native 4K 60 on the PS5, then they dial back a lot of settings. They dial back a lot of settings, yo. If it actually reaches that. But by the time it gets to the PS5, the next generation of graphics cards will be out. So PC gamers will already be there. Did I watch any good movies lately? Shit. Yeah. I watched some trash lately too. I watched X-Men, Dark Phoenix. That shit was trash. I seen Alita, but I think I told you all about Alita. Alita was pretty good. Can't wait for the sequel if there's going to be one. So Alita was good. And all of these movies are 4K HDR or Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos or DTSX. Men in Black International, trash. I seen that, or I got that. I watched Spider-Man Far From Home. Y'all already know that's my shit. And I watched Toy Story 4. So I got that. Toy Story 4. 3 is one of my favorite. 3 is my favorite Toy Story movie. But yeah, I seen 4. I thought 4 was cool. It's pretty funny. It was pulling on my strings a little bit at the end of the movie. It was pulling on my strings, man. My eyes got a little misty. Yo, my eyes got a little misty on Toy Story 4, man. The end of the movie. Shit. I think some people say that it was like a cash grab and shit. I don't know. I think it was. I don't know. Is it a cash grab if the movie was good? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've always associated a cash grab with something that turned out to be trash. Like, I never really associated a cash grab with like a good movie. You know what I mean? So if the movie was trash, maybe, I guess you could say. But then again, each Toy Story has made more money than the last. So Toy Story 2 made more money than 1. Toy Story 3 made more money than 2. Toy Story 4 has made more money than 3. And 3 made over $1 billion and 4 made over $1 billion. So people got to understand, when we talking business, you're going to let a $1 billion franchise just fall by the wayside? You fuck around and see a Toy Story 5. You may. You know what I mean? The last 2 movies have made over $1 billion. You think it's just time to just let that go? It's going to be a spinoff or something. There's no way a fucking business is just going to let that shit just fall by the wayside when the last 2 movies have made over $1 billion. You know what I mean? This industry is all about money. I mean, we should all know this. If you see profit, hey, keep it going. Run that shit into the ground like they doing with Terminator. Terminator may be dead. Terminator may be a wrap. That movie is set to lose $120 million. Terminator Dark Fate was not that good. And it's looking like the Terminator franchise is dead. It's going to be dead again for a while. Unless James Cameron is all the way in the driver's seat for the next movie and they want to invest that type of money. They're about to lose like $120 million, maybe more. So, wow. Definitive Toy Story ranking 3, 4, 1, 2. 3 is correct. 3 is the top dog. 3 is definitely correct. See, second place, I don't know if that's 1 or 4. 2 is definitely last. 2 is definitely my least favorite Toy Story. 4 or 1. I'm gonna have to go with 3, 1, then 4, because 1 is kind of special. So I'm gonna have to go with 3, 1, 4, then 2. Yeah, 3 was my shit though. Hard8, have you seen It 2? It wasn't that good. No, I didn't see It 2, and that's the reason why I didn't see It 2, because I heard it wasn't that good, and I wasn't interested. I mean, shit, after It 1, I wasn't really interested. Endgame is hot garbage. Let me tell you a secret. I got Endgame on 4K Blu-ray day 1. Endgame. When it came to 4K Blu-ray, I got it day 1. I got the Target exclusive, which came with like a little booklet and all this fly shit. I haven't watched it yet. When that shit came out in like August, right? Endgame, that came to home 4K Blu-ray in like August. I've never watched it. Till this day, I have not watched it. Till this day, I saw Endgame one time, and that was in the movies. I saw Endgame one time, and that was in the movies. And I've had the 4K Blu-ray since the day it came out. I think it was like August 13th or some shit like that. And I've never watched it. Since I bought it, I've never had the desire to watch that shit. I really haven't. It's a waste of money. I wasted money on that. I also did just get American Gangster in 4K, and I got Scarface in 4K. But I haven't watched those yet. I did check them out, though, to see like the quality. Scarface looks really good. And both of them, American Gangster and Scarface, is DTSX. So I don't got a lot of DTSX movies, man. So it's always a pleasure to get some DTSX up in the mix. I think my Fast and Furious 4K movies is DTSX, and I know the Jurassic Park movies are DTSX, but yeah, it's always nice to get some DTSX, change it up a little bit, you know what I mean, because Dolby Atmos be taking over, you dig, but I gotta give Spider-Verse another shot. Nah, fam, I don't like that joint. Like, I don't think it's that great. Am I done with guest appearing on the podcast? Nah. I got we're gonna have a good podcast this week, man. We're gonna revisit them sex topics, and as of right now, in total, we should have 3 females. Yeah, I mean, as of right now, in total, we should have 3 females. As of right now. Now, shit can change by then. People change their mind or something comes up. People get busy and all that. But I'm just saying, at the recording of this, right here, right now, we're going to have 3 females on there this week. 2 of the females are going to be a guest. And, of course, y'all already know Luca. So, then we're going to revisit them topics without the whole Sasha's Fest. All right? So, yeah, man, it should be a interesting podcast this week. Instead of it being a whole bunch of niggas, go have some females, man. So yeah, it should be fun, man. It's gonna be episode 70, but it's gonna be like the remaster of episode 69 and shit, right? So yeah. Am I going to see Spider-Verse 2? No, I am not going to see Spider-Verse 2. That movie comes out like 2 years. I don't even know why they even announced that shit right now. I am not going to go see that in the movies. That'll be a hard no. Have I ever had UPS lie about delivering a package? This motherfucker said I bought lube and they denied. What the fuck? He said make sure they ain't sensitive. Yeah, I hope not. Shit, we'll see. I don't think so. You know what I mean? We'll see. What kind of receiver I got? I got a, what is it? The Sony DN 1080? I think it's called. I know it's 1080. I think I just got to get the letters right. I think it's the DN. The Sony DN 1080 high res receiver. It also has eARC. Because my TV got eARC, so I needed a receiver to have eARC. So yeah, the receiver got eARC, and in my TV. So yeah, DN 1080, I believe, and that's why I like Sony products when it comes to electronics, because Sony does not abandon their customers like LG and Samsung does. They will, once the new product comes out, they will abandon you. Samsung, Sony. They will drop. Not Sony. Samsung and LG, they will drop you and move on. They don't care. They don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? You can buy a 2019 TV. You can pay fucking $5,000 for that shit. By the time the next year comes and the new TVs are out, Samsung and LG will forget all about you. They'll be like, oh, fuck y'all. We don't care about y'all that paid all that money a year ago. Go get the new TVs. And it's like, motherfucker, I just paid $5,000 11 months ago. It's like, yeah, we don't care. If you want the new features that we could add with a firmware update, we don't care. We want you to go get a new TV. Meanwhile, Sony, on the other hand, man, Sony will update a fucking receiver, a TV, and all that shit a year or 2 later. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, the operating system on Sony TVs, right? You got Android 8 Oreo on the TVs. Yeah, Sony TVs from 2017 has Android Oreo. Sony TVs from 2018 has Android Oreo. Now go look back at 2017 or 2018 LG or Samsung TV and see if it got the new Tizen or the new WebOS. Fuck no. Something they can easily upgrade with a fucking with a firmware update. They like, nah, you want them new features? Go get a new TV. Like, that's bullshit. Like, people ain't got that type of money to be spending every year just for a feature that you can add to this TV. Like, there's no reason why the 2019 LG operating system cannot run on the 2018 LG TVs. There is no fucking reason. But companies like LG and Samsung, they use that as an excuse or an incentive to make people go out and buy a new fucking TV. Whereas Sony, they updating. The same operating system that's on 2019 Sony TVs is the same operating system that's on 2017. You dig? So, even with their soundbar, they had that soundbar like the ST5000. That soundbar came out in 2016, right? And that shit had got a DTSX update. That's great. I ain't got to go buy a new soundbar. I can have that and have DTSX. That's great. Now, if you had a Samsung soundbar, DTSX, for that K950 that you paid $1,500 for, nah, that ain't getting DTSX. You want DTSX, you better go get that new sound bar and pay another $1,500. Like, that's ridiculous. ridiculous. That's why I like Sony when it comes to electronics, because they are loyal to the customers and they don't forget about people that bought the previous models. That's why I don't really like LG and I don't really like Samsung. But of course I got the LG OLED C9, but that's because the features they had was undeniable. HDMI 2.1, eARC, and all that fly shit, auto low latency. Now it has G-Sync. Come on, that's undeniable. But at the end of the day, I would probably rather have a fucking Sony, because I know that next year, 2020, the new LG OLEDs next year, they're going to have updated, web OS. They're going to have an updated operating system and all of that shit. And the TVs that's out now, they're going to forget all about it. Like, yeah, you ain't getting none of this. If you want any of this, go buy another TV. It's like, motherfucker. So that's why Sony is good when it comes to products, man. When it comes to electronics. Because they don't leave their electronics out in the cold. Like, it seems like when it comes, like, if Sony can update an older piece of electronic through firmware update, they will. You know what I mean? LG and Samsung, they won't. They just like, fuck you. Get the new shit if you want the new hotness. Denon is good at that. That's what I'm rocking. Yeah, I don't know much about Denon. I was looking at a Denon joint when I was looking for a new, because my old receiver was Akino. How you say that shit? Akino or whatever like that. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? That was my old receiver. And I kept checking. Like, damn, is it going to get an eARC update? Yeah, their higher end models got the eARC update, like the RZ models, the fucking $2,000 receivers and all that. That got an eARC update, but I'm like, is this one going to get an eARC update? Like, come on, man. Like, goddamn, this joint ain't even old. Like, it's the last year model. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what the fuck? Why is it not getting an eARC update? And it's like, it still hasn't came. So I was like, you know what? Fuck that shit. I'm done with that. So because I need an eARC. I'm like, I need eARC. So I just was like, fuck it. I'm done with it. I'm going to get the Sony joint that has the eARC update. And I know they're not going to leave their fucking electronics in the dust. So, yeah. LG 2020 OLED TVs have edge displays like Samsung phones. How you know? I ain't seen nothing about that. I thought this was like red. RD didn't know Arsenio Hall was babbling again. What? The hell is you talking about, Mad Max? What the hell? But yeah, man, that's all I got to say, really, man. I'm about to get up out of here. Oh, yeah, Disney Plus. Oh, that's next week. Definitely going to get Disney Plus, man. I need to see some shows on there, man. Darkwing Duck, Tailspin, Chip and Dale, Chip and Dale, Rescue Rangers, Chip and Dale, Rescue Rangers. Definitely got to watch some Rescue Rangers. That's my shit. I had that game on Nintendo, too. X-Men, of course, nigga got to watch X-Men. Come on. Also, Spider-Man, the animated series. Yeah, man. Yeah, I need that. Need that in my life. Definitely. And they got a couple Avengers cartoons, too. Definitely need that in my life. So, yeah. It's only $6.99, too. I heard that shit gonna have commercials or some shit, or ads or something. We knew it had to be a catch, boy. We knew it had to be a motherfucking catch. Yo, I have not gotten NBA 2K20. I do not have that game. Somebody was supposed to gift me that game on Steam, and they never did it. They lied to me. I think they lied to me just to talk to me or some shit. Like, I'm that type of person. Like, if I only talk to motherfuckers if they giving me something or some shit like that. Like, people hit me up all the time, and they need help on TVs. I talk to everybody. Like, you ain't gotta fucking lie for me to, like, help you out or talk to you about some shit. Like, motherfucker lied, was like, yo, Hard8, I'm gonna gift you 2K. No, he wanted to gift me something else that I didn't want. I'm like, I don't want to play that. Like, if you're gonna gift me something that I'm gonna actually play, like 2K20. He was like, all right, I'll get it for you. I was like, yeah, get it for me on Steam. And yeah, he never got it, so I ain't never get around to getting it. You know what I'm saying? But I want to play it because it's my shit. I don't really care about my player and none of that shit. I don't care about my player. I don't care about the park. I don't care about my GM. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I just like head to head. That's what I like to play. That's what I do on 2K, head to head. So a lot of the shit that people be complaining about when it comes to 2K, I understand. I get it. It is some bullshit. I heard that 2K was like a casino game with basketball. I heard all of that, but all of that shit people complain about, I don't deal with. I don't deal with my park, my team, my player, my GM, none of that. I do strictly head to head, and I like to create teams and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I like to create teams. Like sometimes I'll create a team like the best retired players versus the best players that's still playing today and shit like that. I'll take like the best black players versus the best white players and shit like that. That's what I be doing when I'm on 2K. I be creating my own motherfucking fun and shit like that. So all that other shit doesn't matter to me. So I know people like 2K sucks and all this, but a lot of the shit people complaining about, I won't never touch. For what I need it for, I need it. You know what I'm saying? I need that. But I can understand why people don't want that shit. But yeah, nigga lied, cat me all up and shit. I thought I was getting 2K. I woke up all early. I was happy as shit. I thought it was Christmas. Motherfucker disappeared and shit. I said, oh shit. Nigga just skedaddled. He was gone. I said, goddamn. Shit, anything you had to ask me, you could just did that. You ain't had to dangle the motherfucking game in front of my face. You could have just hollered and you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm here. I ain't nobody special. Who the fuck am I? God damn it. You dig? Bro, you pulled 607 views by yourself. Yeah, I see that, man. I'm like, what's going on? I don't know what the fuck going on, man. People be rocking out, though. Shout outs to y'all, man. Shout outs to the chat. Shout outs to all the super chat supporters, man. Shout outs to all the Patreon supporters. Appreciate y'all. You dig? But yeah, man, nigga cat me up, man. But that's why I ain't get 2K yet. But I'm going to get it, though. I'm going to get that shit. Guess I'm going to have to get it my own damn self. I mean, I've been doing that, but motherfucker fooled me. Motherfucker, I forget what his name is, too. He disappeared, though. He disappeared out my messages. I can't even remember who it was. Anyway, yeah, that's all I got to say, man. I don't really think... All right, so just to recap, you can definitely go back to the beginning if you just arrived and you missed all the Red Dead Redemption 2 talk. But I don't think the game is unoptimized. I think it's just demanding. I think people use unoptimized as like a way to feel good about the bullshit-ass graphics card they got, or a way to feel good about spending $1,200 on a fucking graphics card and it's being brought to its knees. I think people use the word unoptimized as an scapegoat. Like, whatever happened to games being demanding? This game is a demanding game. That's just what it is. We just don't have the power to push it to the levels that we're trying to push it to. We don't have that power yet. Maybe we will with the 3080 Ti or the 3080, but as of right now, we don't have that power. Same way we didn't have that power when GTA 5 first came to PC. When GTA 5 first came to PC, I had a 980. And that shit wasn't doing 4K 60 max settings. Didn't have the power. You know? Now, we got the power. Fucking GTA 5, that smashed that game in 4K max settings. But at the time, 4 years ago in 2015, we didn't have the power. And that's the same thing that I'm seeing now with Red Dead 2. I don't think it's unoptimized. We just don't have the power. And like I said, I think people use that word, they throw that word around and feel good about what they got. Whether you got some bullshit like a 1070 or you paid over $1,000 for your graphics card. So either way, you're going to be salty. You know what I mean? I just think it's foolish. If you got something like a 1070, I just think you're foolish to think that card was going to do something with this fucking game. And then, now, as far as people that paid over $1,000, I can see why you expected more. You know what I'm saying? But people just got to understand that this is a beautiful game. In my opinion, it's the best looking game of the generation. 4K 60 takes a lot of power, especially at the graphical settings that this game is producing. Long shadows and all this fly shit, grass shadows, fur. You want to run all this shit at ultra settings? Long, like it's too demanding. Look at the game. It's beautiful, right? So understand that your motherfucking graphics card was gonna have a problem. You know what I mean? So I think people throw that word unoptimized around to feel better about what they got. Either they want to feel better because they spent over $1,000 on their graphics card, or they want to feel better because they got some bullshit like a 1070 and they wondering why the game ain't running the way they want it to. Like, I think they use the word unoptimized to feel better about that. It is what it is. You know what I mean? It's demanding, not unoptimized. Demanding. You know what I mean? GTA 4, that was an unoptimized game. It's still unoptimized. Even till this day, GTA 4 still doesn't run the way it should on a fucking 2080 or a 2080 Ti. That is the definition of unoptimized. GTA 4. That game is unoptimized. They ain't never fixed that shit. You know what I mean? I think Borderlands 3 is unoptimized. Again, like I said, I'm just doing a recap. But with a 2080 Ti, I was watching benchmark videos. People was not maxing that game out with a 2080 Ti. And that's fucking Borderlands 3. That doesn't look that good. A game that doesn't look that good but demands so much, that is what I consider to be unoptimized. The same goes for Outer Worlds. Another game with a 2080 Ti is not pushing 4K 60 at max settings. And the game doesn't look that good to warrant all that power. That is what I consider unoptimized. Now, in a game like Red Dead, that's the best looking game this generation, in my opinion. And if it ain't your best, you're probably going to say it's top 3 if you want to argue that. A game like that looks that way and it's one of the best, that is a demanding game. It is what it is. People, it's almost like people forgot that this is the type of shit that can happen. Why do you think there is so many graphical options in the menu of Red Dead Redemption 2? There's so many graphical options because this game is pushing the limits. Also, they wanted to make sure that you can control enough and be able to tweak it enough to where it would get to a point that you would be satisfied with. Now, they will not be able to satisfy every graphics card. There's a wide range of fucking graphics card. Every graphics card was not going to be able to satisfy this game and still look like anything. You know what I mean? So it has to be a cutoff point somewhere. I mean, a 16, I think I seen like a 1660 Super is outperforming a 1070. A 1660 Super. Right? And I think a 1660 Ti is like right there. So I don't, like, you just got to understand, like, you got people who are like, I got a 1060 and I can't even get 60 frames at such and such resolution. This game is unoptimized. A 1060? Come on, man. Some games are going to have a limit, though. Some games are going to have a limit that your graphics card is not going to be able to reach because it's that demanding. You looking at the game, you're like, yo, this game looks beautiful. It's shadows all over the place, light, volumetric clouds and shit bouncing all over the fucking place. This shit is demanding. Point blank, period. So we got to stop running around with this unoptimized shit. Can the game be tweaked more and things like that? Yes, it probably could be tweaked a little bit more. But do you think they can do so much more to where it's like now the 2080 Ti is running this game buttery smooth at 4K 60 with all of the fucking settings at ultra? And that's another thing. If you on PC, then you know ultra a lot of the times only brings down the frames. That's all it does. It doesn't make the picture look any better. It just brings down the frames. If you've been on PC enough, you already know the difference between high and ultra. It's just a frames per second different. It's not a visual difference. Usually it's not a visual difference. And if there is a visual difference, it has to be side by side before you can even see the difference. And that visual difference does not warrant the amount of frames it takes away from you. If you've been on PC long enough, you know this. You know this. So stop using the word optimized to feel good about either your weak ass graphics card or your overexpensive graphics card. Trying to make yourself feel better at the end of the day. And we all do it. I do it a lot sometimes subconsciously. I told y'all this shit before. Like, people do that a lot. Like, I see a lot of people trying to, like, downplay ray tracing and shit like that. And just downplay the RTX cards, period. Because they can't get one. You know what I mean? You just jealous because you can't have one. If somebody gave you a 2080 Ti, you ain't gonna be like, I don't want that shit. That shit, fuck that card. That card is overrated. It ain't even that great. No, you're gonna take it and be happier than a motherfucker. You dig? But when you can't get one, then you want to downplay it. Yo, I done it. I done been there. Before I usually get a graphics card, I try to downplay it. When that 3080 Ti come out, I might try to downplay it. Oh, man, that shit ain't really that much better than what I got, man. Fuck out of here. Fuck that shit. But I know goddamn well I'm just saying that shit because I ain't got it. You dig? Like, it's just, I don't know. It's like human nature and shit. You know what I mean? We always trying to downplay shit to make us feel good about the inferior shit that we got. People do that shit all the time. That's what a lot of console dudes are doing. They jumping in. They happy as shit right now. They jumping in all of these, these Red Dead Redemption PC benchmark videos, and they happy. They you know what I mean? They're trying to downplay what's actually going on to feel better about them playing at 30 frames per second, frame rates jumping up and down, muddy textures. You know what I mean? Low quality textures, shit like that. 30 frames per second, all choppy and stuttery. They this is the way that they cope with not being able to have better. And that's just things that we fucking do, yo. We some of us just do that, you know, it's just subconsciously we do that shit. I done that shit plenty of times. Believe me, when it comes to TVs, graphics cards, phones, a lot of shit, I always, like, if I can't get it right then and there, like, if I can't get it at that very minute, you know what I'm saying? I try to downplay shit to make me feel better about my old piece of shit. I do that shit all the time, yo. I've been there. So I know, I can see it when I'm reading these comments. I can see the fucking jealousy and the envy. I can see it. Because I done been there. I'm always trying to downplay some shit because I don't want to spend the money. You know what I mean? Damn. Like, if I had a C8 right now, if I had last year's OLED right now and I couldn't get this year's OLED, I would be trying to downplay this year's OLED in my mind. Like, damn, it got G-Sync. Oh, I don't need that file. I saw G-Sync at Micro Center. I wasn't all impressed by that shit that much. I mean, I really ain't see a difference between G-Sync or V-Sync. You know what I mean? To me, it looked the same. I was at Micro Center. I tried it out. It looked the same to me. I ain't impressed by that G-Sync shit. That shit all right, but I don't really see no difference. That's the type of shit I'll be telling myself. So it won't bother me that I don't have it. We all do that shit, man. Whether you want to admit it or not, we all do that shit. Yeah, we all do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Even sometimes you can get it and you still do that shit because you don't want to spend the money. You can have it to get it, but you don't want to spend the money because it could be something expensive. So you still, try to like downplay it or try to hype yourself up on why it's not good or why you don't need it and all of that shit. You really, really want it, but you don't want to spend the money. So you'll tell yourself all types of shit just to feel better about the old inferior shit that you got. Well, it ain't really that much better than what I got. and a lot of times it do be better than what the fuck you got. It is better than what you got. You know what I'm saying? But either you don't want to spend the money or you can't get it. So now you got to downplay it. I see people downplaying ray tracing all the time. Yes, ray tracing is very demanding, but shit, it looks beautiful. It looks good. You know what I'm saying? Stop trying to downplay it because you still on a 10 series card. You know what I'm saying? Stop, and it's another thing that people do, and I see it on, because I'm in Facebook, and I be like in a lot of electronic groups and shit, you know what I mean? Like 4K TV groups and OLED groups and all that. And, damn near like every day, you always got somebody that comes along and be like, hey, should I get the C8 or the C9? You know what I mean? And there's always a bunch of people in the comment section like, oh, just get the C8. And then you'll be like, oh, what you got? Oh, I got the C8. Like, why are you telling that man to get the old shit? Like, why? Why are you telling him to get last year's model? You know what I'm saying? If he can get this year model or last year model, if he can get either one he wants, why are you telling him to get the older model? Because you got the older model and you don't want to see this man with the newer model. You know what I mean? Because if he get the newer model, he's going to post pictures. You don't want to see that. So yeah, you downplay the C9. Oh, I'm telling you, I see this shit all the time. You'll see motherfuckers like, yeah, I've been to Best Buy. I saw the C9. It's really not that much better than the C8. If I was you, I would just save the $500 or the $1,000 and just get the C8. A lot of the times, you never see nobody with the new model telling somebody to get the old model. It's always the people with the old model telling somebody to get the old model. You know what I mean? Like, rarely do a motherfucker keep it real. Rarely do a motherfucker with the C8 keep it real and be like, get the C9, man. It's new. It got a better processor. You know what I mean? It has this feature, that feature. You rarely see people doing that. They always want to downplay the new shit when they stuck with the old shit. If I see somebody and they got a choice between the old model or the new model, I don't care what I got. I'm going to tell you, get the newest one. You know what I mean? Get the newest shit. If you buying a TV right now, get the newest shit. If you can afford either one, get the newest. I'm not going to tell you, yo, get the older model. Why? Well, it really ain't that much better. You know, the new models really ain't that better. I want the Best Buy. That's another thing. People cracks me up fucking evaluating TVs in Best Buy and shit. I want the Best Buy. And, you know what I mean? You know, I really didn't see no difference. I didn't just see nothing. I didn't really see it. People do the same thing with like 4K, 1080p, when that was a thing. You know what I mean? I went to Best Buy. I didn't really see no difference between 4K and 1080. So if I was you, I would just get the 1080 and save yourself some money. Like, no, get the fuck out of here. You ain't want to see the difference. You didn't want to see the fucking difference, man. Like, that shit funny as hell. Like, we just do this. Like, a lot of people do that shit. Some people do it subconsciously, and some people are very aware of what the fuck they doing. They just don't want you to have the new shit because they still stuck on the old shit. So they're going to downplay the new shit, tell you to get the old shit. People in the group all the time, hey guys, what should I get? Should I get the new, the Sony A9G, or should I get the Sony A9F? And it'll be a bunch of dudes with the A9F like, get the A9F. The new one is really not that much better for the price that they asking for, blah, blah, blah. But you will never see a nigga with the A9G telling the person to get the A9F. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't get that shit, yo. I mean, I get it. I know what it is. I know it could be jealousy. It could be envy and all that type of shit. Like, I get that. But me personally, I'm happy to see people with the hot shit. A lot of times, you know what I be watching when I'm on YouTube? A lot of times when I be watching like tech videos and shit, a lot of times I be watching shit I ain't never going to have. I be watching motherfuckers building $10,000 PCs. I'm watching motherfuckers build shit with 2 RTX Titans and all that. I ain't never going to have none of that shit, but I like to watch it. I'm not no fucking hater or nothing like that. I like seeing that shit like, damn, that shit look beautiful. Man, I wish I could have $5,000 in GPU just alone. You know what I mean? A lot of times me and my girl, I told y'all before on Twitter and shit, like me and my girl, we be watching like, you know, when they be showing off these $1 million houses and these mansions and all that shit. We love watching that type of shit. Ain't no haters. Ain't no hate. Like, damn, this shit beautiful. We was watching fucking, I forget the name of the channel, but they were showing off houses and apartments that's like $75 million, nigga, for a fucking house. Like, crazy. I like watching that type of shit. I like watching shit I can't have or never will have. I don't know. I like, maybe it's some weirdo shit. I don't know. I like watching shit like that. So when people be talking about what should they get, hey, Hard 8, should I get a 2080 or a 2080 Ti? I'm not going to tell you get no 2080. I'm going to be like, can you afford the Ti? Well, get the fucking Ti then. Like, I'm not going to tell you get no 2080. Get the Ti. Even if I could have a 1070. I'm not going to tell you to get no 2080. I'm going to say, get the Ti. Get the Ti. A motherfucker, yeah, listen, this how people be though. Motherfuckers would be like, A motherfucker have 1070 and somebody be like, yo, what should I get, the 2080 or the 2080 Ti? And the motherfucker be like, yo, for real? You could save a whole lot more money. Just get a 1070. You know what I mean? Just get the 1070 and spend that money on some games. Like, what? Nigga. This nigga talking about a whole different ballpark of fucking graphics cards. How did you bring this nigga all the way down to your level? He said 2080 or 2080 Ti. How the fuck you bring that nigga down to a 1070? Like, what the fuck? Yo, and that's the shit that you would see too. You know what I mean? Like, I got a 1070. I run games just fine. Yeah, you do. You do run games just fine. At what settings? At what resolution? Yeah, you do run games just fine. That ain't up for debate. You definitely run games fine. At what settings? That's the $1 million motherfucking answer that niggas want to leave out and shit. Shit too motherfucking funny, dog. This motherfucker asked about a 2080 or a Ti. You talk about some of the 1070 because that's what you got. And you don't want to see nobody with nothing better. Like, that's wild to me. That's fucking wild, yo. It's all good, man. Like, God dang, I never get caught up in that type of shit. For real. What should I get, the Ferrari or the Lamborghini? Well, you know what? The Honda Accord, hey, it'll get you to A and B just like a Ferrari and Lamborghini. With a Ferrari or a Lamborghini, does that get you anywhere else that a Honda can't get you? Right? Can it? Can it? A to B, right? A to B. Ferrari, A to B. Lamborghini, A to B. Honda, A to B. You see? So why would you want that? Just get the Honda. No, nigga. No. In fact, how did you even pull them all the way down to that class? No. He said Ferrari or Lamborghini. How the fuck you pull them to a Honda? A to B. That's all I'm saying. A to B. It all gets you to the same place. Where you trying to go? You trying to go from home to work, right? A to B. Is your Lamborghini gonna get you there any different than this Honda? No. So what, you see what I'm saying? Like, nah, I ain't trying to hear that. I ain't trying to hear that. Nah, nigga. Nah, I'm good. Thank you. But thanks for the suggestion. I'm gonna go ahead and rock out with this motherfucking this Lamborghini or this Ferrari. But you do your thing though. That's how people be. Like, it's it's wild. It's wild, man. Yo, we got over 800 people in here right now. What is going on? I promise you I'm not botting. I don't know how to do it. I'm not botting. I don't know how to do it. I ain't spending no money on no fucking bots. None of that. I don't know what's going on. I know that my Red Dead Redemption video, it did get a lot of views and shit. It didn't get as many views as BG shit. BG shit blew up. Yo. That nigga Red Dead performance video blew up. He got a weak ass 87 old ass K, and that shit blew up. But no, on the real shit, the weaker your setup is usually the more views it'll get. Because the level that I'm at right now, and this ain't nothing to brag, I'm a broke ass bum ass nigga. Let's just get that straight. But the level that I'm at right now, like 99, 100K, 2080 Ti, most people ain't on that level, so they can care less about watching a fucking performance video with those fucking parts. I'm telling you, somebody with a 1070 and a 6700K, if they put up the same video, they would probably get more views because that's more mainstream. That's more the area of where most PC gamers are at. So that's where most PC gamers want to see. But when you at like the top, like where I'm at, most people ain't trying to see that shit, like 9900K, you know what I mean? I get clowned for having that. You got a 9900K, that's a waste of money. I gotta read this motherfucking comment to y'all. Yo, you know what? This is the perfect fucking comment. Yo, just about what I was talking about. Hold on, let me see if I can find this comment. Wow. This is the shit that I was just explaining about how people be jealous and envious of something you got. And they just mad because they can't get it. Hold on. Let me see if I can find this comment. Y'all, I got to read this comment out loud. Let me see if I can find this fucking comment. Some dude was mad as fuck at me for having a 9900K and a 2080 Ti. Like, what the fuck? He was pissed off. Let me see if I can find this comment. Hold on, I'm gonna find it for y'all. Y'all got to hear this shit. This dude was pissed the fuck off. Oh man, hold on. Let me see. God, I gotta find this comment. I hope he ain't deleted. Okay, here it go. I got it. Y'all got to hear this fucking comment. Now, this is on my Red Dead Redemption 2 video. The 2080 Ti, 9900K, all that shit. The performance video. This dude, I don't know, his name is Ann Geddes or some shit like that. He said, listen to this comment. Yo, he said, why is this dude a follower and a contradictor? He been gaming on PC longer than me and still getting CPUs that he don't need. It's been proven years ago. Most CPUs run games the same when going to a higher reso. I mean, most i5s and 7s, and he said he wouldn't get a 2080 Ti because it was overpriced. He already had a regular one. It was no reason to get the Ti. Being a follower is so sad. Just because the CPUs and GPUs that be pushed as the thing to get, he be a follower and get them. Mind you, I'm reading it exactly how he writing it. So if it sounds crazy, that's why. Anyway, let me go back through that line. He said, just because the CPUs and GPUs that be pushed as the thing to get, he be a follower and get them. It's a reason more folks got GTX and older CPUs still. Folks always gotta be a follower just to fit in. He did the same with 4K. Got one just because the media pushed it. I got one, but I didn't get one right away, and I didn't get it for PC games because it's proven it don't show a big difference from 1440p up close. Oh shit! Yo, this is a fucking comment on my video. Did y'all hear this shit? How can somebody write this type of comment? How mad must you be over somebody else and what they doing with their life or money or whatever? This nigga said I was a follower. Dude, this dude not know many people don't have a 2080 Ti, so I'm not really following many. Who the fuck am I following? Like, yo, when I seen this shit, I was cracking up. Of course, it got like 9 replies. Let me see if he ever said anything else. Yeah, what'd he say? Oh, so I responded. I said, his pussy bleeding. He mad as fuck. I'm grown. I do what the fuck I want. This is what a hater look like. That's what I said. He said, mad. Why? You sound silly. I explained why and what it is to hate on you. This is how he wrote it. You a contradictor and a follower. Like I said, using flawed quotes like hating don't work with me because I'm a PS4 user. Now we know why you so mad. And if that's a fact, everybody would be hating since they don't got the same parts. Wouldn't they use sound silly and flawed? That's just how he wrote it. No, everybody wouldn't be hating because everybody's not a hater. Everybody's not a fucking hater. You know, he said it's only a 10 difference with the 2080s. A 10 difference? What the hell is he talking about? I know he ain't talking about there's only a 10 frame difference between the 2080 and the 2080 Ti. That's a motherfucking lie. It's only a 10 difference with the 2080s. And I said i5s and i7s, when running on high reso like 1440, the performance is the same most of the time. It's fact. When it comes to CPU, we know the CPU is less of a priority at high resolutions. Yes, that is absolutely right. But that still does not matter. This motherfucker is mad. It's a reason more folks got the GTX and older CPUs still. See what I'm telling? This is what I just was telling y'all. This is the shit that people do and say to make themselves feel better about the inferior bullshit that they got. This is what they do. They try to downplay it. Bringing up i5s and i7s. Bringing up the GTX line. You know what I mean? Bringing up older CPUs and shit like that. Like, what the fuck does that matter? People could do what they want. People do what they want to do. It's their prerogative. That motherfucker is mad. Yo, I was cracking up when I seen that fucking comment. I'm like, how is somebody that mad? Now, yes, I do contradict myself at times. You know what? I just explained this shit. Here's a prime example. So y'all think I be lying to y'all, just blowing smoke up y'all ass? I keep it 100 at all times. 100 at all times. What did he say? He said, I said I wouldn't buy a 2080 Ti because it was overpriced. Remember, I did say that. Why did I say that? I just explained it. That was me telling myself that I was just fine with my inferior ass 1080 Ti. That's what I just got done explaining. You know what I mean? Because you bet your bottom dollar, when I seen the performance of that 2080 Ti, I was like, damn, that shit destroys my 1080. Yes, it is overpriced. Yes, that is a fact. It is overpriced, but I'm not one to really care about shit like that if I can get it. If I can get it, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Again, that was me, and I did say I'm not getting no 2080 Ti because it's overpriced. That was an excuse. I just got finished explaining that. I just told y'all that I do the same thing so I can see it when I see others doing it. I just told y'all that. I do the same shit. I do the same exact shit. You know what I mean? I make excuses. I know damn well I really wanted the 2080 Ti. I was telling myself that to feel better about my inferior bullshit. And I think at the time when I said I was not getting a 2080 Ti because it was overpriced, I believe I had a 1080 Ti. And a 1080 Ti is not bad. Y'all just know how I am. You know what I mean? Anything old is bullshit to me. In all actuality, it's not bullshit. A 1080 Ti is still a very good, capable card. In fact, the 1080 Ti is probably one of the best graphics cards ever made. You know what I mean? So that's just real. But when I refer to it as like some old bullshit, you know, that's just the way I just be talking and trolling kind of and just bullshit. You know what I mean? Same thing I do with like an 8700K. I had an 8700K. It's a great CPU. So when I refer to it as being old trash or some shit like that, I'm just talking shit. You dig what I'm saying? Still a great CPU. 1080 Ti is still a great GPU. But I wanted that motherfucking, I wanted that 2080. I wanted that 2080 Ti. That's a fact. But I was trying to convince myself that it was overpriced and I was doing the right thing with myself by not getting it. Even though when I was looking at them benchmarks, I was like, God damn, I need this power. It's just, it is what it is, yo. Shout outs to Verge Brizzle. He said, yo, Hard 8, 900 views by yourself. God damn, yo. That's crazy. That is kind of crazy. Niggas ain't even getting this many live viewers on the podcast. And they got 30 people. So to be, I don't know what's going on tonight. I'm not about to sit here and act like, you know, yo, I'm that nigga. That's what happens when I do this shit. I don't know what the fuck is going on tonight. I didn't expect all of these viewers and shit like that. I just decided I wanted to get on and talk about Red Dead Redemption 2 because people running around talking about it's unoptimized and shit when I don't believe it is. I just believe it's a demanding game. And that's just it. You know what I'm saying? I can recognize when, you know what I mean? I got a 2080 Ti. You know what I'm saying? I got one of the best ones on a fan, you know, on air. I got one of the best ones on air. Like if you had like a top 3, I think mine is in the top 3 on air. You know what I mean? I think the FTW, the Game & X Trio, and I think the Amp Extreme is like the top 2080 Ti's on air. So I'm not going to make no excuses. I know this shit is overpriced and all of that shit. I'm not going to make no excuses to try to feel good about shit. I know, like, listen, The shit is a demanding game. It is what it is. My card got defeated. Like my card's not undefeated. It was undefeated for the most part when it came to like games being optimized and shit like that. But when it came to Red Dead 2, it got defeated. It's all good. I'm waiting. Listen. The 2080 Ti is old anyway. The shit is over a year old. Let's be clear. Can we be clear? Let's be clear. The 2080 Ti is over a year old. The shit is old. I'm ready for that new 3080 and all that shit. I'm ready for the 3000 series. Bring it on. Bring it on. So I'm okay. I'm at peace. I ain't got to run around saying it's unoptimized. I'm at peace. All right. The game defeated my card. Cool. I'm at peace with it. You dig? I ain't tripping. I'm at peace. The game defeated my card, and I accept that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to run around here talking about it's unoptimized to try to feel good in my belly and all that shit. You know what I mean? Get on. You know, I'm telling you, it's too much clout chasing going on around. It's like, I think I see a lot of people complaining. And listen, it's a demanding game, dog. You got a weak card. Your card is not that like, this is what happens when your card goes up against a good looking game. In this case, in my opinion, the best looking game of the generation. This is the type of shit that can happen when your card goes up against the best looking game of the generation and it's open world. You know what I mean? This is what can happen. I think a lot of people are just trying to cater to PC console dudes by complaining. It's like you don't have no room to complain when you got a 1070 or some shit like that, like 1050s and 60s and all that type of shit. Like, you have no room to complain. It's a demanding game. Like, it is what it is. People is like pandering and shit out here. Like, stop it. You know what I chose to do? I chose to make more of a funny little video. You know, it's a troll video. Like, you should know. Like, if you know me, then you know my video. Red Dead is finally out of beta after a year. Thank you, console gamers and shit like that. If you know me, then you already knew what to expect or whatever like that. But I just chose to make like a fun video and shit like that. You know what I mean? Even though I had the game on consoles and I'm talking about myself in the goddamn video, if you want to be technical and shit like that. I just chose to go that route. I didn't choose to go the other route of, oh man, ooh, this shit crazy. How the fuck I got a $1,200 graphics card that they ain't fucking maxing this shit out at 4K? Ooh. I just chose not to go that route because I can recognize that it's a demanding game, man. That's it. That's all I gotta say, man. That's all I gotta fucking say. It's a demanding game. That's what you got. We got a game that's demanding. You know what I'm saying? People always talking about how, at times how, the PC port isn't that much better than the console version. All they did was bump up the resolution and bump up the frames per second. This is some bullshit. But then when they give you a real fucking port, even if this is a port, I don't even think this is a port. You know what I mean? Because GTA 5 wasn't a port, and neither was Max Payne 3. Max Payne 3 wasn't a port. And Max Payne 3 is nowhere near as popular as a Red Dead Redemption 2. So if they developed Max Payne 3 all by itself for PC, I don't see why they wouldn't develop Red Dead. And plus, with the settings that's present, that is not present on the consoles, I don't even think this is a port. I think this is a straight PC development. I don't think this is a port. So with that being said, people always talking about how they don't really give us what we want. They don't play to the power of the PC. And when they finally do play to the power of the PC, now people screaming unoptimized. No, this is what y'all usually want. Y'all usually want the game to look drastically better than the fucking console version. Y'all usually want a lot of features that's not on the console version added to the PC version. And then when they do that, now it's unoptimized. No, you wanted all this shit, you got it. So here you go, demanding. You know what I mean? You want fucking shadows you want crispy, fucking soft shadows off of every blade of grass. You got that. But you do know that comes with, sucking up a lot of power. Pause. So you got that. Y'all want a far ass draw distance? Y'all want to have detail in a fucking mountain that you ain't even going to visit? No time soon. Y'all want details in a fucking tree all the way off into the background? Well, you got that. But you do know that comes with, taking a lot of power. You do know that, right? So you got that. Oh, you see a fucking tree all the way 2,000 meters away? You see a goddamn tree and you complain about how that tree ain't got no shadows? Well, guess what? You got that. And that shit is demanding. So this is what y'all want. This is what y'all gonna get. Y'all want these high-res textures. Y'all want 60 frames per second. You dig what I'm saying? Y'all want dynamic shadows, dynamic lighting, volumetric lighting, and all of that fly shit. Y'all want the fur to look real and all that shit. These things come with a cost. This is what y'all want, PC gamers. Here you go. Have at it. Oh, unoptimized. No, this is what y'all wanted. Now that y'all got it, now y'all want to cry because your graphics card can't handle it. Now maybe y'all will realize why we don't do certain shit. Because the power is not available. Unless you get 2 graphics cards. You probably need 2 2080 Ti's and NVLink. And that's even if Red Dead Redemption 2 supports NVLink at this point in time. You dig? So, y'all want all these graphical features? Y'all want all these special visuals? That shit comes with a cost. That comes with a cost. You see how Red Dead looks maxed out? You see how that look maxed out? People want that look and still have the highest of the highest settings and the highest of the highest frames. And they want all of that and think it's not going to cost nothing. You know what I mean? No, that shit costs. You want a house on a hill with a fucking sports car and all this shit and a lot of acres and all of that? Hey, that shit ain't free, right? You know that shit don't come with a fucking 40, 50,000 a year. You know that mansion on the hill don't come with that type of salary, right? That shit costs. So that's how it is with this shit. All these graphical settings and shit that people be wanting when it comes to these PC games, that shit comes with a cost. So now you got it, and now you fucking upset because your fucking graphics card can't handle all the shit that you've been begging for. You got it. Because I can guarantee you, if a lot of them settings wasn't there, if there wasn't no long shadows, if the draw distance wasn't there and all of that type of shit, if there wasn't no dynamic shadows and all that, people would have been complaining like a motherfucker. Even if their game was running at 4K max settings. If they didn't have all those extra graphical features, people would have been like, oh man, the graphical settings on Red Dead is bare bones as shit on PC. Like, look at this. Look at what we got. Remember, people was complaining about the graphical settings on Metro Exodus. Oh, it's not really a lot to do in the graphical settings. It's not really a lot to do. Yeah, it ain't. Because look how demanding this game is already. This game is fucking demanding shit. Plus, it got the ray tracing. That's what really threw it over the edge, that motherfucking ray tracing. And people wanted ray tracing for Red Dead Redemption 2. Ouch! Ouch! Imagine if they put ray tracing on Red Dead 2. My God! 2080 Ti and then 4K 60? Max with ray tracing? At max? 2080 Ti would have been running at 10 frames a motherfucking second, dog. And people would have been like, it's unoptimized. No, that is demanding. That's what that is. That is demanding. That takes a lot of power. So now, everything that PC gamers be wanting, y'all want all these graphical settings, y'all want all of these visual details, and y'all acting like that shit doesn't cost. It costs. That shit needs resources. You know what I'm saying? And now that it's using up all your fucking resources on your graphics card and it ain't running the way you want it, now you got a problem. Unoptimized. No, it's demanding. Point blank period. It's demanding. End of discussion. It's a demanding game, dog. That's it. Rockstar has been, the last game I believe that Rockstar put out on PC that was like terrible and unoptimized, I believe was GTA 4. Max Payne 3 ran beautifully. That was another game that was demanding. Excuse me. That was another game that was demanding when it first dropped. Max Payne 3. I said 4. Didn't I say Max Payne 4? Max Payne 3. Max Payne 3 was another game that was demanding. And when that came out, what I had 680. And that game was very demanding when it first came out. But it ran beautiful. It wasn't unoptimized. It's demanding. It ran beautiful. GTA 5 ran great. Like, when the last time Rockstar put a game on PC and it ran like shit? I think GTA 4. And of course, I know all the in games before that, like fucking Vice City and San Andreas and all that shit. None of them games really run that great either. But since then, they've been pretty good with their PC games. They've been pretty fucking good with their PC. Oh, well, I was going to say LA Noire, but that's not a Rockstar game. That's a Team Bandai game. So I can't give them that. That ain't run that good on PC. But as far as Rockstar games go, they've been running decent. So that's the reason why I'm like, I don't think they have reached another level of quality when it comes to PC, and they just not going to release some bullshit. They're just not going to put no bullshit out there. So it's the demanding game, man. This is what we wanted, right? As PC gamers, this is what we wanted. You know what I mean? This is the exact reason why everybody that's on PC was hype as fuck when Red Dead Redemption 2 got announced on PC. This is why we was all, oh shit, Red Dead Redemption 2 coming to PC. This is why we was all hype. Because exactly what we picture in our mind is what we got. We just didn't factor in, holy shit, you know this shit gonna be pretty demanding, right? 4K 60 max settings on this game? Damn, man, you know that shit gonna be demanding. I think a lot of us did not factor that in. And now the day has come, and now we sitting here like, oh shit, this shit is unoptimized. Rockstar, you fucking suck, and all this shit. Come on, man. It's a demanding game, dog. That's all I got to say, man. That's all I got to say. I'm about to get up out of here, though. Yeah, Max Payne 3 was hold on, let's be clear. Max Payne 3 was not a port. You know what I'm saying? I know this for a fact because I talked to the Rockstar developers. Max Payne 3 was not a port. Max Payne 3 was developed from the ground up on PC. It was not a port. I know that for a fact because when Rockstar invited me to New York for a rooftop barbecue and Max Payne 3 event, I was talking to them, and it is not, Max Payne 3 is not a port. It is not a 360. It is not a PS3. It is built from it had its own separate PC team that developed that game for PC. It is not a port, and I don't think GTA 5 is a port either. And I don't think Red Dead Redemption 2 is a port. I don't think none of these games are ports. I think these games had their own PC development team. Just like they did. And I'm saying that because if they had that for Max Payne 3, then why wouldn't they have that for GTA or Red Dead when both games are way bigger, especially GTA is way bigger than Max Payne 3. I don't see that making sense. Max Payne 3 got its own team, but GTA 5 didn't? Or Red Dead, and these games are way bigger than Max Payne, you know what I mean? And destined to sell way more. So I don't think these are ports, dog. Not with these type of settings. Like, usually you can tell a game is a port of the consoles by the settings. When there's not a lot of settings, usually it's like a port. You know what I mean? That's like the first telltale sign of a port when there's not a lot of settings. There's not a lot you can do. That's like the first telltale sign of like a console port. You know what I'm saying? But with the amount of fucking settings that's on Red Dead, which is pretty overwhelming, I don't think this shit is a port, yo. It's just a demanding game. And to be one of the best looking games of this generation, you can understand why. All of this shit that's added to this game, all of these new features and shit, that shit eat up resources, dog. It just is what it is. All this fly shadows, long shadows, soft shadows, dynamic shadows, all these fucking shadows and shit. That shit, yeah, you're going to pay for that. But anyway, make sure y'all hit that like button. Don't be lazy. Hit that like button. It's pretty embarrassing that we got 960 something people in here and only 129 likes. Don't be a hater. Fuck that. I ain't that fucking like button. Then fuck you. Nah, hit the like button, man. I'm gonna catch y'all on Sunday. Excuse me. Little F boy, I see Hard8 got some help from Uncle Jimmy. Yo, I promise you, I don't know how we got this many live viewers in here tonight. I don't know what's going on. I can't tell you. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I usually do pretty good. You know what I mean? Like this morning, I was live streaming. I had did I live stream this morning? Yesterday morning, I live streamed. And I had 400 people up in there. So I usually do all right by myself. But this shit right here, nigga. This shit right here, nigga. 900 fucking people? Nah, I don't know what the fuck going on. But I promise you, I ain't no botting going on. I don't know how to do none of that shit. I ain't paying for it. I ain't got it. That shit crazy. Probably could get up to 1,000 and shit, man. But I ain't got really much else to talk about right now. You dig? I think I done talked about Red Dead enough. I think I made my point. And we could just run with that. Can't wait for Death Stranding on PC after hearing this. I'm excited. Oh, yeah. Death Stranding on PC going to be crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely going to be shit. Metal Gear Solid 5 look crazy on PC max settings. That shit look beautiful. So you already know Death Stranding going to look crazy. But I don't want to play that shit. So, finally out of the crumb side. Oh, man. Nah. If my next live stream hit this number, then you might be on to something. We might be on to something. If the next live stream, we gotta string together. If the next 5 live streams hit this number, then we might be on to something. But niggas, no. I ain't gonna hype myself up right now, man. I'm definitely not gonna hype myself up. It's confirmed that Stadia will be native 4K 60. For what game? For Red Dead? I want to see that. At what settings? That's what it's going to come down to. It's Wednesday in the UK, not Sunday. Yo, we never had this many viewers. We never had this many live viewers on AGS Podcast. Speaking of AGS Podcast, make sure y'all check it out this Sunday, 4 p.m. EST. It's going to be kind of like a remix of episode 69 because this time we're going to have some females. As of right now, we're going to have 3 females, 2 guests, and Luca. So that's 3 in total. And we can definitely revisit those topics without all the Sashas going around. You know what I mean? There's a lot of men, the last episode, talking about a bunch of freak shit. Nah, we're going to get it. You know what I mean? We're going to get to it. But this time we're going to have a female's perspective and all of that. And all of that talking. So make sure y'all be there this Sunday at 4 p.m. EST. It's going to be lit. It's going to be fucking lit. Yeah, there's a lot of sword fighting going on. None of that. We're going to have them pink tacos present this Sunday, man. The pink tacos going to be on deck. That shit funny to me. Yeah, them pink tacos, baby. But nah, we're going to have some fun, man. We're going to have some fun. Anyway, yeah, man, make sure y'all hit that. Yo, we still only got 157 likes, man. What is wrong with y'all? Just talk to me. Right now, there's over 940 people in this motherfucker. We only got 157 likes. So, to the other remaining, 700 and some change, what's wrong with your fingers? You dig? What's wrong with your hands? I mean, you ain't got to hit the like button. You can hit the dislike button. But, nigga, busy yourself. What are you doing? You sitting there eating Cheetos and shit all on your chest. And you got lazy to hit the fucking one of them damn buttons. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Hit one of those motherfuckers. You dig? But busy yourself. The hell is you doing right now? Sitting there eating fucking sardines and fucking Vienna Sashas and shit. And you can't hit that motherfucking like button. What are you doing? It's 700 and something people that don't want to hit that goddamn like button. And I don't understand why. You that motherfucking lazy? Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Now hit the dislike button. Goddamn, there should be a total of a fucking 500 between both. You know what I mean? It should be a total of at least 500. Goddamn, y'all motherfuckers lazy than a motherfucker, man. It's crazy. I got to get some big booty holes on this motherfucker to get y'all to hit that motherfucking button. But I do like sardines. I used to fuck sardines up when I was upstate. Sardines with some motherfucking oodles the noodles and some plain chips. Oh my God, that shit used to be so delicious. I'm telling you, sardines and hot sauce with some oodles and noodles and some plain potato chips. Delicious, nigga. Delicious. I'm telling you, that should be hitting different. Nah, that's not a chichi. That's not a chichi. That should be hitting different. You dig? Got Cheeto residue on my like finger. I think so. I think niggas got food on their like finger and they can't hit the like button, man. But it's all good. Hey, yo, shout outs to everybody for coming out. Shit, we definitely had a lot of people. What is going on with that number? Is it really that many people watching? I feel like it really ain't that many people watching, because when I look at the likes and then I look at the live viewers and shit, and I know y'all hear me right now, I don't feel like that number is wrong. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Somebody might be botting my shit behind the scenes and shit. Like, I don't even know what's going on. I don't know where that number coming from, but it ain't matching. It ain't hitting that like. It ain't matching up with the likes. So, not even close. Not even fucking close. I don't know where the fuck that number came from, but if y'all are really here, shout outs to y'all. Thank y'all for coming through, but you're lazy. It's all good. And like I said, Super Chat supporters, Patreon supporters, see y'all Sunday, 4 p.m. EST. Make sure y'all tune in. The Pink Tacos is on deck. You dig? But it's your boy Hard8, man. I'm about to get up out of here, man. I'll catch y'all Sunday. I'm gone. Deuces. Oh, yeah. I forgot to tell y'all, just in case you don't know. I'm suspended on Twitter for the next 7 days. Basically, I called Drew a dick eater, and I got suspended like right away. I think the tweet was up for like 30 seconds, and I got suspended. I keep forgetting I got to chill and watch what I say on Twitter, because I've already been suspended twice. So I get suspended one more time. That's an automatic ban. So I got to relax. But yeah, I'm suspended until next Tuesday, which will be, what would that be, the 12th? You dig? So just to give y'all a heads up. But anyway, it's your boy Hard8, man. I'm out of here, man. Over 900 by myself. Damn, I think I'm kind of a big deal on the crumb side, right? That shit funny to me. I'm gone, man. I can't even get on Twitter and brag, man. Hey, yo, make sure y'all get on Twitter and brag for me, man. Tag niggas. Y'all know who to tag. Let them know, man. Let them know. Be like, yo, Hard8 did this shit by itself, dog. He had over 900 solo dolo. I can't even get on Twitter and talk my shit. But it's all good. That number might not even be real, man. I don't know where that number came from, man. But anyway, I'm up out of here, man. Hold on. Right, hold on. Yo, you know, when you got a number like that, it's hard. It'd be hard to end the stream. I'm going to be real with y'all. When you got a number like that, you just want to keep going. You just like, I can't end the stream right now. Not with a number like that. We got over 900 motherfuckers in here. I'm going to end the stream right now. It's hard to end the stream. It's like when you on the phone with your girl and shit when you was younger and she like, you hang up. No, you hang up. No, you hang up. That's what the fucking view count is doing to me right now. This live motherfucking view count, it's like, in the stream. No, you in the stream. In the stream. No, you in the stream. Like, the numbers need to drop to like 100 before I want to end the stream. Them numbers is too motherfucking high to end the goddamn stream. I feel like I need to stay here. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I need to stay here with them type of numbers, man. Where the fuck am I going with them type of numbers? You know what I mean? In the stream. No, you in the stream. Like, come on, man. Let me just look at that number real quick. Damn, that's nice. All by myself. Shit. Maybe I should stream more often. Damn, look at that number. I don't even get that on my damn podcast. Shit. I wish I did, though. That's a nice number, though. Solo dolo? Number like that? And I ain't even playing nothing. I'm just chit-chatting. God damn. Maybe I should do voiceovers or something. Damn, that number is beautiful. What else can I do? I need to do something where I just talk. You dig? Obviously, people like to hear me talk. What else can I do with myself that could involve talking? Damn, that's a beautiful number. I'm supposed to end the stream, but that number is nice, especially when you do it by yourself. Damn, that's a beautiful number. What should I do? Maybe I should just start reading books or something and shit. Maybe I should read a bedtime story or some shit with a number like that. God damn. You know? God damn, I feel like with a number like that, I feel like right now I just need like a drink and a cigarette and just start telling stories with a number like that, solo dolo. God damn, I feel like the voice got to get just a little bit deeper with a number like that. You understand what I'm saying? With a number like that, I feel like you just got to turn into an OG and just give the youth some game with a number like that. That's crazy. That number's beautiful. It's beautiful. You know, it's hard to end the stream when the number's looking like that. It's beautiful. Like, just something. You know, the itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. I mean, damn, you know, you just got to do something. Shit, you know? Darkwing Duck. Darkwing Duck. When there's trouble, you call DW. Darkwing Duck. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Splinter taught them to be ninja team. They're heroes in half shell and they're green. Yo, I'm just saying, that's a beautiful number, man. Hold up. Shout outs to Brown and Proud, man. He said, keep it up. Oh, he done doing some new shit. This motherfucker got animated memes and shit. Okay, he taking it there. Man, I mean, playability, playable. I don't know what name that is. You're fucking me up. Can you do some, what? Kind of, what? ASMR kind of lingus. What? The fuck? Trigger MPC. The fame went to his head fast. Nah, this ain't even my record, though. This ain't even my record. My record for live viewers is like, I think 1,800. I had 1,800 live viewers when I was playing Outlast on PS4 back when it first came out. So, yeah, this ain't even my record, though. You know what I mean? My record like 1,800. But, yeah, man, that's a nice number, man. Y'all got to go brag for me on Twitter, man. I can't go brag and talk my shit on Twitter. I'm suspended. Y'all got to go do it for me, man. Yeah, we got over 900. I'm out of here, man. I'm really out of here this time, man. But, yeah, appreciate everybody for coming through. Hit that like button, man. Stop being lazy. They're going to think I'm botting, dog. If y'all don't hit that fucking like button, they're going to think I'm botting, yo. Like, the difference is too wide, man. The area is too wide, man. Like, you know what I mean? They're going to think, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man, I ain't doing that, man. That ain't something I do, man. You know what I mean? It ain't something I do. But, this is Jimmy's way of telling you he wants to be your friend. Nigga gonna jump in my DM like, yeah, you know about all them views you had tonight, right? That was me. That was me. Yeah, see, dog, I'm telling you, we can be cool. You know what I mean? I told you, I don't dislike you, dog. I did that for you tonight. I did that for you, man. Let's talk, man. You know what I mean? Fuck all this foolishness, man. Let's talk. I did that for you, man. Enjoy that, man. You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? If we cool, that could be a norm. You know what I mean? That sound like something? That sound like something you would want? Come on, man. Stop all this nonsense, this foolishness, man. I got you. I'm trying to show you, man. I got you. But no, I got to get out of here, y'all. I'm for real. I got to go. Shut up. I'm just bullshitting, playing around, fucking around, man. I don't want no problems, man. Yeah, I'm suspended on Twitter. I called Drew a dick eater, man. And I got suspended for that, man. So, yeah, something light, but they suspended me. But I gotta go, man. I'm gonna see y'all next Sunday, man. I'm gonna see y'all Sunday, AGS, and I'll be off Twitter suspension Tuesday. So, yeah, y'all gotta brag for me on Twitter, man. I can't do it myself. But yeah, over 900, all alone. Just understand that I'm important around here. All right, I am important around here in the crumb side. Anyway, this your boy Hard8. I'm gone, man. I'm out of here for real. Y'all have a good night. And I'm going to see y'all later, man. I'm going for real. I'm out of here. Deuces.